Okay, just wanted to show you a quick example of calculating the sample size when we're dealing with population proportions. The formulas are a little different. Previously, we used the formula n equals z critical times sigma over the margin of error squared. Okay, that's when we were estimating mu. In those problems, it had to give us a standard deviation. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. In these problems, it's still going to ask the sample size, but we're not going to have a standard deviation. It's going to be dealing with a population proportion. In this case, there's two other formulas we can use. So I'm just going to write them up here. The first one is n equals p times 1 minus p, and I think I have these on the notes. Z critical over the margin of error squared, or n equals 1/4 times z critical over the margin of error squared. Okay, this first one, so we can use either one of these formulas. When we're going to use this one is if it gives us a preliminary estimate of p. Okay, if it doesn't, then we have to use this other formula. So let's read this problem. You want to obtain a sample to estimate a population proportion. Based on previous evidence, you believe the population proportion is approximately p equals 0.39. All right, so right there it gives us a preliminary estimate of p. So therefore we know we're going to use this formula here. You would like to be 95% confident that your estimate is within 2% of the true population proportion. How large a sample size is required? So remember, anytime we see the word within, that is giving us our margin of error. So I'm going to write it as a decimal, 0.02. Okay? So then our p is equal to 0.39, and our confidence level is 95%. So therefore, then I need to go to my table and get the z critical, which is the lower left-hand part of the table, which is 1.96. Okay, so now I can use my formula, n equals p times 1 minus p, z critical over e squared. So I get 0.39 times 1 minus 0.39 times z critical 1.96, whoops, over the margin of error, 0.02 squared. Now just be careful when it gives it to you a percent to make sure when you change it to that decimal, you change it correctly. Okay, so if I put this in my calculator, I'll let you go ahead and do that. I got 2,284.79. No matter what this number is, we always round up, so our sample size would be 2,285.